It's Ron Reader Digs the Universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe. And tonight, Herschel Walker's tragic brain goo. The Heisman Trophy winner's Republican nomination for U.S. Senate in Georgia gave me a cringy feeling that I haven't felt in years. I first felt this feeling many years ago when the first President Bush nominated Clarence Thomas to replace black civil rights jurisprudence icon Thurgood Marshall on the Supreme Court. Given Bush's Willie Horton history, it was pretty obvious that he was thinking, well, we'll just get our black guy, and how the liberals like that. We didn't like it too much at all. A couple decades later, I felt the same sense of cringe when, as a clear reaction to the election of America's first black president, the GOP ran out and found their own black guy, Michael Steele, to chair the party. Now, don't get me wrong, as cynically racist as these GOP personnel moves were, at least Clarence Thomas is a judge, as much as I despise his judicial opinions. And Michael Steele, who I actually like a lot in his conservative pundit role on MSNBC, well, Michael Steele is an actual political consultant. You can't say the same thing about this latest run out and get a black guy maneuver. As President Obama recently observed, Walker, who is running against black Democrat and Georgia civil rights activist Raphael Warnock, is just straight up unqualified to be a senator. So this isn't really about his politics, which are in any case as atrocious as the party he's representing. No, this is about the man. I mean, just check this shit out. He has dissociative identity disorder, multiple personalities, some of which he has described as violent, and those violent personalities are in charge from time to time, definitely as multiple domestic abuse allegations would attest. He owns an honorary sheriff's deputy badge, which he insists actually makes him a sheriff's deputy, which it does not. He claims to be his high school's valedictorian, which he was not. He claimed to graduate from the University of Georgia, which he has not. His rhetoric is often incomprehensible. For instance, on the Green New Deal, he said, get this, since we don't control the air, our good air decided to float over to China's bad air. So when China gets our good air, their bad air's got to move, so it moves over to our good airspace. I shit you not, he said that. Or on why he's running. I'm running because I'm this country boy from Wrightsville, Georgia. I don't know what I'm doing. But it was his flimsy, pathetic, irrational denials regarding multiple women coming out of the woodwork to say that he paid for their abortions that finally made me feel sorry for him. That's when I finally thought that Herschel Walker has absolutely no fucking idea what he's doing, and it is at this point sad to watch. Walker was a football player, and quite a good one. And it would be irresponsible not to contextualize this obvious tragedy in terms of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. I've spoken at length about CTE in an earlier episode, The End of American Football, which you can look up on YouTube, and I'm going to be posting it on TikTok later this week. But suffice it to say for the moment that Walker pretty clearly appears to be a victim of the football player's brain disease. And that makes Walker's Senate run all the more tragic. I think he really is just a country boy from Georgia who made good as an athlete and then was blinded by pro football celebrity and wealth. That's where he hooked up with Trump, after all, with the USFL, and then later on The Apprentice. And all Herschel Walker had to do for all that was sacrifice his brain, turn it to goo, all in exchange for money, chicks, and fame. I'd call him the ultimate exploited rube. Now, the guy's just a shambling mess, a pawn in a fascist power play. And he may yet win. You know, what a horrible train wreck he'd be in the Senate. If you live in Georgia, frickin' vote for Warnock. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. Jesus God. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe.